Hello guys, welcome to the Tuesday forecast. So let's get started with the euro and the US dollar. This pair is still stuck in a range, so it's still stuck between the low and the high. And I'm waiting for the same thing, I'm waiting for the break of the low or the high. And so what has now formed is we have the liquidity areas. So above and below the range, we need to see what happens when the price reaches these areas. Does it just break and retrace, or does it actually break and give us some nice conviction? So let me tell you what I am looking for. I'm looking for a large push down and then a flag. I am looking for a descending into the lower liquidity area and then a reversal to the upside. I am also looking for, if we maybe start to trend, something like this, then look for a break and retest trade, and this would be very high probability. And same thing to the upside, so I'm looking for a large impulse up and then a flag, or I'm looking for that ascending structure that goes into the liquidity area and then a reversal down, look for that short trade. Or I'm seeing if maybe a trend will start, so look for a break and retest, something like that. Not a lot to say for this pair. Still ranging, still stuck between the low and the high, and let's just move on because the euro really likes to range for a long time, so that is also a possibility that will just continue with this huge range. Moving on, we have euro and the Japanese yen. So for this pair, what I am seeing we had a huge push to the upside. So this large impulse, so this looks very good. But what happened at the end of the impulse, so we got a huge wick or a large wick and an aggressive retrace. And when I see this large wick and then aggressive retrace, I'm not taking any trades at this point. So for me this doesn't look good, and I'm waiting for the break of the low or the high. So I'm not looking for a flag. What I am looking for a push up and then a break and retest trade. That would be very high probability. I am looking for if we will maybe ascend and then get a nice reversal setup, or if maybe we start to get a large push, then I would look for a flag. But I'm definitely looking for a continuation after seeing this huge nice impulse to the upside. What can happen, so we can get a V like this, then I would look for that range to play out, and I would look for another push down and then look for that short trade. Or what can happen, so what I am looking for is also if we will get a large impulse down, I will look for a trade to go short, or if we descend, break the low, I will look for a reversal to the upside. So same as on the euro and the US dollar, we can just range for a really long time. The euro does like to do this, so it does like to range for quite a long time. But as I said, I'm seeing a large impulse up, I'm seeing a pullback, and I want to get in on a long trade. Now for the Aussie and the US dollar, there was an opportunity to enter on a few trades here. So first would be this one. So for me, what I was seeing at this point, I was seeing a nice descending structure right here, and then I was seeing price break the high and give us a clean close. So this did look good, but for me, I just wanted to see a bit more of a push. I wanted to see a bigger push. This just was not enough for me to look for a trade. But if some people placed a pending order at the most recent high, which would be right here, then they would now be in some profit, I think, because the price did continue moving to the upside. And at this point, I was also looking for a long trade, so for something like this. But I wanted to see more of a push. I wanted to see a larger push up This to me just was not enough to look for that long trade. This to me did then become enough, but I saw a wick, so I wanted to see how the price pulls back. Then we continued up. So then we continued up again, left a huge wick. At this point I wanted to see that range play out, then I would look for a long trade. And then we got an aggressive retrace right here. So we actually got this V reversal. And what I am expecting now, so now I am expecting that we will get this V and we will get the range, and then I'm looking if we will push to the downside and look for that nice short trade, because that is a common setup that plays out when we get this V reversal. So didn't take any trades right here, wasn't enough of a break here. Here I wanted to see how we retraced. Then I saw a huge wick and an aggressive retrace, so that was also no trade for me. What I'm looking for a large push up and a flag. I'm looking for an ascending structure and then a reversal to the downside. Also I'm looking for a large push down and then a flag, and looking for that V and the range, as I said just a few seconds ago, or looking for a descending and then a reversal to the upside, and look for that nice long trade. What I'm also expecting when we do get a V, we usually also range for a really long time. That is also a possibility. And then we need to be careful about those liquidity areas that form when we are ranging, so above and below, of course, be careful about that. And yeah, that is it for the Aussie and US dollar. This pair did look good at some points, but just was not enough for me to take any trades. And now for the last pair, so the Aussie and the Japanese yen, we are also getting a really large impulse to the upside, which is a really good sign. So I am seeing if maybe a trend will start after this large impulse. So if we get another push up, I will look for a flag. At this point I'm not looking for any trades, so I'm not looking for a flag here or a descending to the entry point, because we got a huge wick and an aggressive retrace. And when we get these two factors combined, so a huge wick plus an aggressive retrace, it usually tends to reverse, or it usually tends to create a larger range. So I want to stay out of that sort of price action. But if we push up, I will look for a flag, or I will look for a break and retest trade. If we start to ascend, I will look for that reversal to the downside, look for a short trade. If we get this V, I will look for a range, and then for the price to push down and a short trade. Or if we maybe start to descend, I will look for a reversal to the upside and then a long trade. Also we'll be looking for a large push down and then a flag to go short. That's about it. So really liking this momentum and this huge impulse, but this part is what I don't like. So I'm waiting for the break of the low and the high. That is it for the forecast, and I will see you guys tomorrow.